Mexican street corn has gained a lot of popularity over the years here, but it can be a little messy. So if you don't like the mess but love the flavor, I've got a great recipe, Mexican street corn off the cob. Let's get cooking with style. So charring the corn is the first step. I've got my grill blazing hot. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of kosher salt on top of this and about a half teaspoon of black pepper. Then I'm going to drizzle some oil over the top. You can use olive oil, corn oil, whatever oil you want, all right? What we're trying to do is just coat this so we can get this on the grill with that seasoning that's in there. And remember, your grill is full blast, so we're just trying to put a char on this. All right, and this is really hot. I mean, this is like 550. We're gonna throw these on. We're gonna keep a close eye on them and turn them multiple times to get that nice char. So literally, these have been on here for less than a minute. Look at that nice char. We're just trying to get a little bit on every side. We're gonna turn these and we'll just monitor them and keep them charring. So while I've got the corn on the grill charring, I'm gonna make the dressing that's gonna go in our street corn off the cob. I've got a half cup of sour cream, a half cup of mayonnaise, and to this, I'm going to add a shot of, say, a half a lime. It's really this simple, I kid you not. So we're gonna mix this up really good. And if you're like me, you probably don't have a pastry bag. So what we're going to do is we're going to improvise. We're going to take a Ziploc bag, and I'm just going to take my sauce, and I'm going to put it in one of the corners, and then when I'm ready to serve this up, I'll just trim that corner, and I'll be able to use it just like a pastry bag. So while this kind of sets up in the refrigerator, I'm going to go check on my corn and see how it's doing. I'm going to pop this in the fridge. All right, so take a look at these nice ears of corn. We've got a lovely char on them, not overly so because we don't want to dry it out. I'm going to take these inside and cut the kernels off the cob. Well, we're down to the last cob, cutting the kernels off the cob here. And I got to tell you, for me, this is probably the messiest part. But as you can see, the kernels come off pretty nice. We're going to finish it up over on the stove top. But you're cutting along the cob here, getting as close to that as you can to get all the kernels off. All right, let's head over to the stove top and finish it up. All right, now we're ready for the final step here. My butter's melted. I've got it on a medium-high heat. I'm gonna put a couple tablespoons of garlic in there. We're gonna swirl that around, and we're really just trying to open up that flavor for just a moment or two. To this, we're gonna take our corn, and this can be messy too, and we're gonna just put our corn right into the pan. And as I said, we're on a medium-high heat here. And all we're trying to do is kind of warm this back up and put the sauce over the top of the corn. I've got my half lime. We put the other half in the sauce. In goes the lime. And now this is where your choice comes in. You can put a lot or a little of this tapatio in. I'm putting in just about 2 tablespoons. We're gonna lightly saute this. Mix it around, probably cook this for a minute, just long enough to warm it up. Taste before you serve it. So I've tasted this and it's just spicy enough. Not hot enough for John Steinbaugh, but hot enough for Shawn Stiles. And we're gonna make this look pretty. So I've got a black plate, and remember that this stuff can be messy, so we're just gonna kind of wiggle it down in there. And you see how, I mean, it's about how it looks as much as how it tastes for me. So we're really trying to make this a nice presentation. But by all means, whatever you got, go with it. All right, so now, here's where it gets fun. We're gonna take a little bit of cilantro that I've chopped up, but not over chopped. We'll put that on top of this. So the heat from the corn going up into the cilantro starts to open up those flavors. And now for our pastry bag, we're gonna trim just a little bit off there. And so now, check this out. How cool is that? We don't have to go buy a big French pastry bag. And then to this, the cotija cheese over the top. And that's part of the reason we're not using that much salt in it, because that cotija cheese really brings a lot of salt in there. So if you love Mexican street corn, but you're not into getting it all over your face and everything, this is a great alternative. Mexican street corn off the cob, done Shawn Stiles style. If you'd like this recipe, go to cbs8.com/recipes. Enjoy.